Hello farmers, and welcome back to Pallegney on Farming Simulator 25, just zipping around our large grass field, picking up the rest of the bales and bringing them over to the BGA. I'm wondering if I can, with this telehandler, grab the digestate tanker and get that to fertilize this field. I think it's going to be the same, maybe hitch setup. I'm not too sure if it will be or not, but we'll find out here soon enough. I got more bales here than I thought. I thought it was going to be like one trailer and a couple more. But it looks like I'm going to have to bring these back on over and just put them down and come back and get some more. But yeah, I need this to be fertilizing if possible, because we're going to be harvesting our wheat field next. But now that I got a bigger trailer that we bought at the end of the last episode, I could probably swap trailers around if I need to. But I do want to know if... blocking, okay, blocking again, can I unload it? What is up with this trailer? I can't unload here now? Why? Why is it such a problem unloading off this trailer in some areas with a universal autoloader? I can unload there, apparently. Okay, what was I talking about now? Oh yeah, so in the future I would like to know if I could use the digestate tanker on the telehandler, but maybe by then I'll have another tractor. But yeah, we did buy a large trailer for our semi-truck, so that Rudolph trailer I can return, but I want to make sure that the trailer that we just bought from the used store, that it works rather well with the grain production building. I'm sure it will, but I just want to be sure. I don't want to return the trailer and find out that the grain trailer, the way the door opens, kicks it out far enough to where it's not inside the trigger. That's the one thing I'm kind of concerned about. So we'll see here in a little while. But let me get these bales picked up and get working on this grass field right away. Another thing I might have a slight concern of, but I think there are ways around it, is after buying the trailer, I'm down to 100,000, which is, you know, still pretty darn good. But I'm kind of wondering what happens if a harvester comes up for sale. Well, we are going to get like 60,000 from this silage being processed at the BGA. I'm going to have straw being processed at the BGA. But after that, I don't have any more income for another 3 months unless I do more contracts. But we do got trees everywhere around the map. So I suppose I could lease a tree devourer. And, well, the Rudolph trailer that I currently have, if I still have it, I could just go around and start making wood chips from the trees. I mean, I'd rather not. Oh, I got to turn off the autoloader. There we go. And then unload. All right. That'll seem to work. Let's drop that off and let's see. I think it's the same hitch system on the digestate tanker as that trailer right there, but we'll find out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are connected. Great. So that's good to know. But in the future, maybe by the time I need to use it again this way, I'll have a third tractor by then. Who knows? So yeah, last episode we harvested the mustard, which looked exactly like canola. And now I know where to bring it to the farm. I think it's called Farm Cheese, or whatever it was called. Farm Cheese Sell Point. We know where that goes. But I think mustard is about the only thing I'll be selling there. But yeah, from going here on out, I'm probably going to be planting crops that can go into our grain mill. So either be canola, wheat, that kind of stuff to be made into flour and oil. All right, into the combine, I need to turn on straw swath. And not only that, I need to get the AgroStar behind us to bale up the straw. Not going to get that many bales, I don't think. But you know what? Let's put them to use. Silage additive won't be used. Bale twine, 3 is 7. Well, we'll see how much we got and where we're going to go through. I don't think I'll go through that much. Alright, you follow the axial flow, 7150. And I'll follow my own path. How about that? Alright, straw swath should be on. Yeah, next time I get a plow where the goat pen used to be, I'll probably plow that up and create a field and just, of course, joined up where it was originally with this grass field. Yeah, this used to be a grass field, then a goat pen. So again, all this wheat going to the grain mill. We got like 33,000 liters of canola off to the field to our left. That is already in the mill being produced into oil. So all these fields need lime. Now, I don't know if in the last update, because I really haven't tried it out, and I wasn't paying too much attention on my live streams on Riverview. But when I put lime down, because we got hail damage, I'm wondering if lime is going to apply where the hail damage was. Another thing I could do is wait until after I direct drill the fields. That will eliminate the hail damage, and the lime would be accepted. Now, in my personal opinion, if Giants wants it that way to where you can't apply lime to where hail damage was, in my opinion, the lime would just go on the ground and eventually get pushed in by the drill or plow or whatever. So I feel personally that the lime should be accepted on top of hail damage. But that's just me. Are you going to have yourself enough room when you get down here to where you can drive your truck and now new large trailer? You're going to have room to unload here. I may have to find a sweet spot. Although what we do know is the river here is not that deep, so I could just pretty much drive right into it if I need to, but I'd rather not. You know what? Maybe right here is the best spot to unload. Hey, you know what? You know what? I think I can get around this tree. Let's get around the tree and out to this little peninsula that's out here. That's probably a much better spot. And of course, once we get this field done, don't really have to wait for the worker on spreading the digestate down. I should just double check to make sure that worker is set for taking it out of the BGA, which they are. Yeah, we can advance to next month where we got sorghum that we're going to need to harvest. Feels kind of weird to actually be using the truck finally. It's been sitting around the farm for a couple of years. Just waiting for the right moment, and the moment has come. Yeah, so my only concern with this trailer at the grain mill is that when it unloads, the back kind of opens up. And I'm afraid that when it does open up, it's going to push itself away from the building, which would in turn then get it out of the trigger area. And then it won't be able to dump the wheat in. So that's what we got to find out. Now, I do believe I ran this setup on Riverbend, and this truck, you know, it's a decent truck, but the amount of grain we're going to have in the back of here, going up hills and such, could cause a little bit of a problem for the truck. But as we can see, the auger on this combine easily goes over the trailer. As for what I'm going to plant in these fields next year, probably pretty much the same thing. Instead of wheat, though, maybe I'll plant oats. But again, if I don't have a harvester, I'm trying to get to where all the crop that I plant is ready within about the same month. That is what I'm trying to do. So that way I don't have to lease the combine for a month. I could have done it this year. If there wasn't hail coming later on in the evening hours, I would have waited until August to harvest all the fields together to save myself the $3,000 it's going to cost me to keep this combine overnight. So as of right now, I don't own a combine, so I got to kind of plan on next year. I may not still have one, so I may try to do the same thing. So canola, wheat, and barley, I could, you know, keep planting all that stuff. Everything goes to the grain mill to earn us a little bit extra cash. That's why we bought the grain mill. Yeah, push those fertilizer bags, pallets out of the way. Where is my... Why did my follow me worker? What are you having a problem with? Are you blocked by this somehow? I mean, I'm assuming you are. Well, I'm glad I didn't get too far ahead. Yeah, this truck is not liking a tight turn with that trailer on the back. Oh! Yep, lifting my, Am I getting caught on something? I have no idea. It's turning awfully weird. Alright. What is the horsepower on that truck anyways? 400? I think it's 400. 400 horsepower. So, you know, it's not that much horsepower in there, but, so be it. What are you doing? Why are you paused? Why is my worker paused there? Were you fertilizing anything? So you're just going to sit there and... I'm paying you, Francine. What are you doing? Let's get a different worker. I wonder if it's because it's got the pallet forks on the front. Technically 2 implements. Alright, dismiss the worker. We'll detach from that for a moment. Let's bring the pallet forks. If it's just the pallet forks, that's going to be kind of odd. But this is Farming Simulator 25 after all. Yeah, we're just going to put the pallet forks right there. Trying to think if I've done any AI work with a telehandler before. Okay, you're going to stop and back up. Get to the starting point. I mean, I can just bring the John Deere over here if it doesn't do it. Okay. Alright, so telehandler, that is not going to work for spreading digestate. Okay. Well, we'll just bring this over here. Kind of park it right there for now. And yes, we'll grab the John Deere. And I guess we'll spread the digestate with that. Meanwhile, the combine is running. Yeah, hour meter is probably going, but like I said, it's definitely going to go over the hour anyways for harvesting all the fields I got to do. But it shouldn't go over the 2 hours, so just running it for about 4 or 5 minutes here. I'm kind of okay with that. Alright, I mean, if this doesn't work, then something really weird is going on, and I'm not sure what. Alright, well, there we go. Are we back to, oh, Franco's in there now. Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. Let's get back to harvesting this wheat, though. See, I was a little bit surprised when I checked the sales page at the end of last episode and saw that trailer in there. Because that is the only trailer for the semi that will work at the grain mill, I think. Again, I'm just a little worried about the back door when it unloads. So, yeah, any other trailer for the semi would not work for a grain trailer. I was actually looking for grain trailers for, like, the John Deere to haul around or whatever. But you know what? We got the one for the semi, so that works out really well for us. And again, all this wheat to the grain mill to make flour. I got to keep an eye or double check because I don't remember when canola oil is best. I know sunflower oil is good in February. I don't know why that one sticks in my head, but canola oil I'm not quite sure on, even though I just did it on Riverview not long ago. But I think at the end of Riverview, which in case you weren't following along with the live stream there, We just ended the Riverview live streams, so we're going to be moving on to another map, which I still have not picked out for that as I record this. So, yeah, time will tell. And maybe by the time most of you see this episode, I might have already moved on to another map by now. This let's see, this episode goes out on I think this is the Saturday episode. And currently, as I'm recording this, it's Tuesday. Don't think I'll fit the rest of the wheat in the combine, so maybe we'll unload it. AI worker is blocked? How are you blocked by the farmer's market? I mean, of course you are. Wait, did you figure it out? Or did the worker leave? I think the worker may have left. Okay, I can see how this episode is going to go. It's going to be hard to find good help. Couldn't get workers to work with the telehandler and the digestate tanker, and now I got no one that wants to work in the AgroStar. Could be the pickup was causing the problem, or what sometimes happens with me with the balers and the forage wagons is if it backs up a little bit, which maybe the worker tried to do, the pickup kind of folds up underneath the baler itself, and then it binds up the baler and the tractor can't pull it forward. I wonder if that's what happened there. Either way, we'll get back to doing the baling, and you know what? I'm not going to hire a worker to do the rest. I'm pretty sure I can finish off what's left here. Actually, let me go ahead and just leave that there for a moment. I'm in the truck. Let's get into the combine. Just a few more passes and we shall be done with the wheat field. Yeah, this header has been great for us. I think we got it last season, year number 5. We're in year number 6. Second year harvesting with a header. Good size header for the size fields I got, in my opinion. And with a size header like this, we just need a combine to match, and then, you know, because the fields are only to get more and bigger, I think. We'll see how the money situation goes out. Alright, I hit for the header to go down, and okay, there it goes. I needed to think about it. So not many straw bales here. I'll probably just grab the telehandler and we'll pick them up and maybe stack them up and bring them over to the BGA. Wait for all the straw to kind of come out the back. Alright, wheat field is done. In a blink of an eye. Kind of. So yeah, this field here does not say it needs lime, but if I'm going to spread at least the Breedle spreader and spread other fields with lime, they're all going to get sprayed with lime. Come on, International, pick a gear. I can see in the future, if another truck comes up for sale and I got the money, we'll probably have to swap them out. I do like this International truck, the way it looks and everything, but for a trailer this size and going up a hill like that, you can see it had trouble when it was only like 30% full. In the future, it could be an issue. Again, Giants, if you do happen to see this, which I'm pretty sure they won't, why is it when we're in the combine we can see how full the trailer is, But if you're in a truck and trailer and you're unloading a combine, you can't see how full the combine is. All right, let's go find out if this door will push us out of the trigger or not. I mean, the truck does pretty well once, you know, it's got some momentum behind it. Yep, last episode we painted in the gravel dirt going through there, because this is going to be probably the quickest way to the grain mill. Always fun coming out of that exit onto the main road, because you cannot see if any cars or traffic is coming. So just bully your way out into the road and hopefully you don't get T-boned when you pull out. Of course the car was going to come around that corner just as I needed to go around the corner. Yeah, it is even with a tractor, or sorry, truck and trailer of this size, getting in here, it's not the easiest to line yourself up. You don't really have that much room. And now this tree is kind of blocking my view. Alright, so it says it's there. Am I overloading out the back? Yes. So there's a... Oh, wait. Can I just do it with... out the back, grain door, sliding floor. Alright, so the sliding floor is the one I kind of wanted. I don't know if this would tip, if that would cause a problem or not, but even the sliding floor seems to work rather well. So what I'm going to do now, because I do have a trailer leased, I think we can... go ahead and return that. That's going to be the Rudolph. Return that. Yes. So now we just got the combine leased. Alright, let's bring this back to the farm. We'll get those that straw swath baled up. Then use the telehandler to get the straw bales in the trigger. And then we just got to keep on working on getting all the rest of the silage into the BGA and process. And we can watch the money go on up. Yeah, definitely we need another shed. It's just a matter of... getting myself some space to put it in. And it's going to be probably going in where all these trees are. No, it's a John Deere telehandler. AgroStar. AgroStar, the first tractor that we bought on the farm. So if we look at some things that we have purchased, again, this series is all about only being able to buy stuff for the farm from the used section, with some exceptions, like pallet forks. Like someone said way early on, I can't remember who it was, their rule, because they're kind of playing along on this map same way, if it's anything under 10,000, they do buy from the store, because those kind of items don't usually show up on the sale page. But the AgroStar is something I leased quite a bit at the beginning of the series, because I had no tractor, of course, and eventually it came up for sale. The autoloading trailer that I have on the farm now, it's not the exact same one, because that's the modded version of it. And, oh, am I having a problem with the baler again? Yes, it folded underneath itself. There we go. That's the modded version. I was using the base game version of it. What else did I... I'm trying to think what else I leased and found out on the sale. Maybe the weeder, because I was doing weeding contracts. A weeder showed up. The mowers came up for sale as well. Now the bale wrapper that we got, that was there like day one. That was there. That was like we logged in. It's like, what's for sale? A bale wrapper. Okay. But I would like the one from Farmer G's selectable bale pack, because that wraps 3 times as fast. I left the baler on when I got down here, because when I turn it off, that is when it will unload the bales, and I want it to go right into the trigger. And also I want to unload the bale that's in there. Perfect. Yeah, so those bales over there, they need to go into the shed. But the bales that are out by the shed, those need to go into the BGA. Got just enough room in front of the shed to the field in order for me to back up with things that need to go in here. Alright, telehandler. Don't know how many straw bales I got over there. I can see 3. And I think there's one around the corner, so maybe 4? I'll probably end up using the auto-loading trailer, because I'm going to get those bales back on to put into the shed. So I'll probably end up just using that anyways. So I got to be careful when picking up the bales for a couple reasons. One, that's going to happen if I'm not careful enough, but it is rather bumpy around here. 2, when pushing them on, if I happen to push the bales forward, they'll actually go into the trigger and the shed will take them back in, which is not that big of a deal. I just got to take them back out. Well, the one thing I got to check to see is, do I have the straw activated here at the BGA, which I'm sure I don't. So let's make sure that's active. Straw, and that should be straw, the electricity, methane, digestate. Yes, so we'll activate. Okay, so it was activated apparently, because it says it's running. So I've been leaving that on, apparently. Ooh, okay. Did not line that up good, but that's what you expect from me in a telehandler. I'll just make sure when I get all these kind of over there, I'll make sure that we got all the silage bales out. Not that it matters too much, because I'm sure we got the majority of them out. They're going to get processed one way or another. Once I get them all in and the straw bales over here, we can fast forward time and watch the BGA earn us some cash. Let me just see what we got in here. So it's grass. Grass, 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 grass. Grass only thing. All right, let's get these bales in there, because now I can drive on through. So I'm wondering why the telehandler, even though I did hire a worker, I wonder why the telehandler did not spray digestate on that field. Why it didn't want to do that. So with the autoloader, when I turn it off, you got to come to a full stop so the straps show up. And then when I drive through, I unstrap and it'll get sucked right on in. Yeah, trailer's on here. Let's go get those straw bales. Looks like we did. Oh, did I not activate it? Let's try that again. Okay, why? Alright, so I may have to restart the game. That sometimes happens. Or, nope, there we go. Something to do with the straps. Not sure what, but I just strapped and unstrapped, and now it seems to be working just fine. Do I have one over there somewhere? Oh, I got two on the hill. Oh, that's where the worker quit, and the baler shut off, and that's where it spit out the bales. Oh, got three over here. So, yep, August, we're going to have 2 sorghum fields. And we get to go across our bridge to that one over there. It's got some hail damage in it. Just want to make sure that that's turned off and strapped before I get to the other silage bales. So I don't want it to be picking up the silage bales on the autoloader. Yeah, I'm probably going to just pick these up with super strength because I've done it many times before. That might be the sweet spot for us. Silage bales are taking up all the area. Alright, so right now, until I get these trees removed and a shed put in there, this trailer is being parked where the dairy used to be. And telehandler, actually, let's not park it there. Let's go ahead. I need to bring it over here because I actually got more silage bales to move. Almost forgot about these 3. And yes, to tell the handler, I am parking inside of this shed here. Alright, good place for it. Let me see how the John Deere is getting along fertilizing that grass field. I'm going to have to take over and finish this up over here. So we'll do that now before we advance time and get some more money from the BGA. That's right, I was going to, I think I said this last time, probably the time before that, I was going to try this field on a course play worker because the AI worker for some reason does not like fertilizing this part of the field down here. It goes around it, does a headland for it, but after that, nope, wants nothing to do with it. So with our bird's eye view, we can see where it needs to be fertilized. By the time you see this video, actually, when it goes out on Saturday, that's going to be like, what, May something? Like May 3rd. So like another 5 days before we get precision farming. And that'll be kind of nice because with precision farming, if you have the mini map up in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll be able to see where you have and have not fertilized. It'll make it a little bit easier. Yep, got a little spot here. And a little spot there. And do you want to do the small grass field while we're here? Because if you don't do it now, you may forget about it. I mean, it's not going to take me that long to touch that one up. And again, these will be ready in October. It's got to be kind of nice spreading slurry feet in front of your front door of your little hobo home. When I feel very financially set, I'll probably just get rid of this grass field altogether, because I'm going to need a road. I mean, right now I'm just driving through the grass field to get to the bridge itself. So I'll probably make a road going on through. I did think about putting down a silo for the mustard, but really I can't see myself using the silo for anything else, because usually it'd just be harvested and brought right on down to the grain mill. Can't help myself. I try to get every little piece of the grass field. When it's not, when it comes down to, we're probably talking about maybe 50 liters of grass. Extra grass I would get by fertilizing that little spot. Maybe not even that much. There we go, and one more pass, then we'll top up the tank so it's ready to go next time. Actually, I should be putting that into the fields that I harvested. And I probably will with the AgroStar. Not the John Deere, because the John Deere's has got, it's too powerful for this, and using the AgroStar would be a lot better. Free fertilizer. I do believe the fertilizer... Well, it's hard to tell if the fertilizer is accepted where the hail damage is, because without the crop being there, you didn't harvest there, so it's already double fertilized where the hail damage was. I'm going to drop that off there. The John Deere, I guess I can just park that up, because the grain trailer is done with the truck, semi-truck, and the AgroStar will be doing the fertilizing in September. Oh, sorry, August. Let's run down here, because I got to make sure these silage bales keep going on into the BGA. But let's go ahead and we'll advance some time here. And every hour we should get paid. I'll check the sale page, although it's only been a few in-game hours, and yeah, we're just looking for a harvester at this point. And that's what I was kind of afraid that might happen, so there we go. All right, there we go. We're up to 180,000 in the bank account again, which is great. Oh, and there's the hail. That's what I was trying to avoid. So some more things came up in the sale page, but we're looking at a grain header for the TARDIS harvester, and that's a grass cutter, I believe, or a mower, which we do not need. So right now, the only thing that's really getting affected is our sorghum fields, but not much we can do about that. I did turn everything on at the grain mill, right? Let me just double check on that. Straw, will turn that off. And silage, I'll just leave it on. Because if I always left it on, so if I start turning it off now, I'll probably forget. Sorghum, that's going to be in there next month. So we'll leave that on. And yeah, canola and wheat are going on in. If I go to canola oil, how much we got in... Oh, it's probably in the spawn area. I'm like, I only got 756 liters. No, that's because it's spawning. I'll have to go down there with the tailing hand and move those pallets out so our autoloader can pick them up. But let's go ahead and sleep till morning. So we will have some overnight fees on the harvester, of course. And let's check the sale page in the morning. And no. No, when I mean no harvester, so... Kind of sucks a little bit, but that's the way it is. Combine time. Yes. Can I get to that field with a header on it? I'm going to assume I can. And yeah, this is why I said harvest this field first. So I'm probably going to cut right through it. Let's get the AgroStar fertilizing this field. Don't worry about the weeds. So in kind of a way, though, I mean, I got the harvester leased, and at this point, I might as well just, even if one came up for sale, I might as well just use this one. But the more months we go on now, because the main thing that's going to earn us a lot of money this upcoming winter, I say a lot of money, I don't know how far I'm going to go with it, are the wood chips. And the price of wood chips should be going up at this point. Prices, wood chips are at the bottom. And yeah, it's at the lowest, but now we get the steady incline. So the further we get, the closer we get to January, if I do need some cash, the further we go along, the more money I'll make on the wood chips. Of course, I want to wait until, I almost said summer. I want to wait until winter. And at this point, we might as well, because after I harvest these two fields, I am done harvesting for the season. So field's not that big, but it is a decent size. And nope, no straw from this one, so grain only. The other field is, I think, bigger than this one, is it not? Let's see here. This field here is 1.56, and this field over here is 2.38. So if we happen to go another year without, harvesters showing up at the sale page that we need and can afford, when it comes to next spring, we might do the same as we did this past spring, which is buy a couple of fields. Because, yeah, we're going to get two more? Yeah, we're going to get two more cycles through the BGA with silage bales. We got the ones that we just put in there. So those will be ready in October. And of course, we'll be cutting the grass fields again in October, and those will be ready in January. Yes, January. So we got two more cycles of silage to go through the BGA. by next spring. And of course, I do plan, as I said, get the wood chipper and we'll devour some trees and sell some wood chips. Put down a couple of sheds. I don't think I'm going to go too fancy on the sheds. One of them needs to be the drive-through so I can park the header that's on this combine and also the auto-loading articulated dolly trailer. And maybe another shed that I can back in the grain trailer and the pickup truck into. But maybe I can get one that will take all three of those, which would be kind of cool. I know when you download Pallegney that you have to download the sheds that come on the map. So, been a while since I really looked at those type of sheds. I don't know if any of those will be worth it. I mean, I probably could have a look at the farm. Where's the farm? Oh, the farm's like right over there. I could have a look at that farm and maybe use one of those sheds. I'm not saying use a shed at that farm because we don't own the farm. I'm saying buy a shed for our farm, which is just across the way. Almost full of some sorghum. Alright, leave the engine running because I need to for it to spit on out the grain that's in there. Yeah, eventually I do want to own all the fields that are right around here. The reason why I bought this one was because, well, it had sorghum in it, and I think that's red beet to our right. What did they plant over here? Is that cotton? Yeah, that is cotton. And I think it's sunflower on the other side of this red beet field. Getting it just on in. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to finish up this harvest next time. We'll finish up this harvest and the other harvest. And we'll get the spray and digestate down. And probably put some lime in the fields as well. Again, if you do know... Yeah, because I don't think I'll be recording another episode on Pallegney until this episode is released. If you do know if I could spread lime on top of hail damage now, which we haven't been able to, let me know in the comments below. My guess is we probably still can't. So, yeah, that's going to kind of suck, but it is what it is. But we'll finish up the sorghum harvest next time, and then take care of these fields and get them all set for next season. And, yeah, we might be planting again in September. We'll have to see what I feel like if I want to plant them. Because I am still looking for a better planter / seed drill. Waiting for that to come up. But, you know, like I said, we'll have to see what the store offers us. And right now, this stuff is not what we need. Not what we need at all. But anyways, that's what we're going to wrap it up for today. If you made it this far to the episode, congratulations. If you want to help me out a little bit more, hitting that thumbs up button does greatly for the YouTube algorithm. And the thumbs down button's there as well. You can hit that if you'd like to. Leave me a comment as to why. And if you're new here and you kind of like this kind of content, you might want to think about that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss out on this wonderful series we got going here. But anyways, that's where we're going to wrap it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Pallegney. But until then, have a good one.